Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're here for the first time, my name is Dr. Arthur Childs, and I'm an internal medicine critical care physician who just happens to have a passion for photography, nature, and travel. Part 2 of my journey to find hope and healing through photography takes us from the mighty Zambezi River to the indescribable Garden of Eden that is the Masai Mara in the heart of Kenya. If you haven't had a chance to see part 1, I'll leave a link up top and in the comments. And please, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so we can grow this channel together. It really means a lot. Thanks. As we leave the majestic waters of the Zambezi River, we make our way to Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya. After a Kenyan air flight, with a bit of turbulence known locally as an African massage, we made our way to our hotel where we would spend the night getting ready for the next leg of our journey. One of the most amazing things throughout our trip was that although we were still in the midst of a pandemic, I felt more safe traveling in Africa than when in my own country. Everywhere we went, people took precautions. Masks were worn in public places, hand sanitizer was offered in and out of every venue, and even the stewardesses on the planes were wearing full personal protective equipment. It was a reassuring sight to witness the dedication to safety and health measures that were in place. As we headed out to continue our photographic journey for hope, I couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the diligence and care taken by the local communities. It was clear that despite the challenges brought on by the pandemic, the spirit of resilience and unity was alive and well in the people we encountered in Africa. The next morning, we awoke to the hustle and bustle of the Nairobi streets. This metropolis derives its name from the Masai phrase, Ankare Nairobi, which means place of cool waters, a reference to the Nairobi River, which runs through the city, although there was nothing cool about it in this hot, stifling sun and congested streets. We made it to Wilson Airport and boarded our 8-seater bush plane to take us to the heart of wildlife in Kenya, the Masai Mara. This amazing game reserve is the northernmost section of the Mara Serengeti ecosystem, which covers over 62,000 acres and is home to the Great Migration, where thousands of wildebeest migrate north to the Serengeti Plains in search of fresh pasture. The Great Migration is considered one of the most impressive natural events in the world, involving over 1 million wildebeest and hundreds of thousands of Thompson gazelles, zebras, topi, and common elands. We had timed our arrival hoping to catch a glimpse of this amazing natural phenomenon. About an hour later, we landed on a dirt landing strip on top of the escarpment overlooking the Masai Mara, with plains and dotted balanade trees as far as the eyes can see. After a bumpy but exhilarating landing, we were ushered to our vehicle by Daniel, our driver, guide, and tracker extraordinaire, along with James, our local Masai guide in training. Whisked away for the 5-minute journey to the beautiful Angama Mara Lodge. It would be in this vehicle that we would be experiencing over the next week some of the most stunning scenes of wildlife within the most natural ecosystem on the face of the planet. The circle of life is ever so present in the Mara, and there is nothing more beautiful or awe-inspiring as the wonders that unfold before your eyes as you take it all in. When choosing a place to stay, I was looking for 3 specific things. 1, a resort that would have easy access to the Mara. 2, the resort had to be part of the conservation programs and efforts to preserve the wildlife and local tribal communities. And 3, there had to be a resident photographer on board. In Angama, I found all 3. Known for the place that Out of Africa was filmed, Angama in Swahili means between heaven and earth, and that it surely is. The Mara stretches out as far as the eye can see and goes on for miles below the escarpment. Mara, meaning spotted land in Swahili, is a sight to behold from high above. As I look over the vast plains of the Masai Mara, I was greeted by the majestic balanade trees that dot the landscape like precious jewels scattered upon a lush green carpet. Each tree stands tall and proud, its branches reaching towards the sky, and providing shelter and shade for the diverse wildlife that calls this beautiful place home. After getting settled in our spectacular tent with a view of the Mara, we reunited with Daniel for our first safari adventure. Driving down from the mountain into the heart of the Mara with just 3 hours of daylight left, my expectations were low. However, the wildlife sightings exceeded all of my imagination. In a mere span of time, we encountered zebras, giraffes, water buffalo, and hippos, with majestic elephants traversing the landscape all around us. Stopping by a dirt embankment, we found a male and female lion relaxing in the tall grass. Too close for my zoom lens, I swapped it for my 24-70 and heeded Daniel's prompt to quickly switch to video, a decision that soon revealed some captivating moments. I've cut the segment so YouTube won't flag it, but you get the drift. For those of you looking closely, you may notice that the female has a collar on. The collar aids in monitoring her movements, making use of satellite communication to learn more about how these animals move and the threats they face in order to better protect them. We noticed the same female over the week displaying, let us say, playful interactions with multiple male lions, showcasing the intelligence of lionesses in choosing their mates wisely. In the natural order of things, these clever lionesses navigate the dynamics of dominance among males, ensuring the safety of their cubs by affiliating them with the prevailing male. Nature's intricate dance unfolds before our eyes, highlighting the strategic prowess of these remarkable creatures. As the sun began to set, I was filled with excitement from the fantastic shots I'd already captured. However, our adventure was far from over. A radio call came in announcing a sighting of a cheetah, prompting us to quickly veer off the main road towards a tree line. From about 200 yards away, we spotted the cheetah crouched low in a ditch, guarding a fresh kill. Every so often, the graceful predator would emerge from the ditch after feasting, and then retreated right back again to the ditch. The fading light posed a challenge as I struggled to film and photograph the cheetah handheld. Despite the difficulty, however, I managed to capture a few compelling shots. Up to this point, you have to realize my photography back then and my knowledge of photography was limited to basic compositional skills. I was clueless about settings like ISO and manual shooting, let alone videography. However, driven by determination to learn and improve, I have gotten better over the years, and I invite you, if you haven't already done so, don't forget, subscribe below and follow my progress as I quickly pick up these technical skills over the years. But I digress. Let's get back to the story at hand. As the chill of the evening set in and the sun dipped below the distant hills, we stumbled upon two majestic gray-crowned cranes perched on a tree, their silhouettes stark against the fiery orange-red sky. With the light fading fast and no tripod available, I doubted I could capture the moment. But with Daniel's quick thinking, we used a car door as a stabilizer, wide open aperture, and the headlights for a little extra boost. And against all odds, I managed to snap one of my all-time favorite shots. And this was just the beginning of an unforgettable week. The following morning, we rose before dawn to embark on a hot air balloon ride over the Mara, a long-awaited item on my bucket list. At 4 a.m., with an armed guard accompanying us to the safari vehicle to ensure our safety in the presence of potential predators, we journeyed back to the Mara Game Reserve. The darkness enveloped us and the stars shone brightly, and a sense of eeriness filled the air as we navigated the twisting dirt paths through the savannah. Just 10 minutes into our adventure, we encountered the lion pair from the previous night and a massive hippo concealed in the grass ahead. Eventually reaching the launch site without incident, we received safety instructions before boarding the balloon for an unforgettable experience. As the hot air balloon slowly lifted off the ground, a sense of excitement and wonder filled the air. The Kenyan morning was alive with possibilities. The savannah stretching out below like a patchwork quilt of nature's beauty, and the flames from the balloon's burner danced in the cool air, spreading warmth and light all around. The darkness of the early morning gave way to the soft glow of dawn, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange. As the balloon gently floated above the Mara, a feeling of calmness washed over me. The world below seemed to pause, as if holding its breath in anticipation of the day ahead. That lion couple and the hidden hippo were now mere specks in the vast landscape, reminders of the circle of life that thrived down below. The sun had just begun to rise, casting a warm glow over the vast savannah, as the fog lifted to reveal a landscape teeming with life. Giraffes lumbered gracefully through the dense forests, their long necks reaching up to pluck leaves from the big trees. Elephants moved with a sense of grace and power, their massive bodies blending harmoniously with the surrounding woodlands. Eagles soared on high, their wings outstretched as they rode the thermal currents in search of prey. And below us, the winding Mara River meandered through the landscape like a lifeline, providing sustenance and shelter to the countless animals that call this place home. It was a breathtaking sight, a symphony of movement and sound that spoke to the interconnectedness of all living beings. With each passing moment, the healing power of nature enveloped me, filling my soul with peace and renewal. The beauty of the African wilderness unfolded before my eyes, a tapestry of life in all its raw and untamed glory. In that serene moment, high above the savannah, I felt a deep sense of connection to the earth and all of its inhabitants. The journey through the skies was not just a physical one, but a spiritual one as well, touching my heart and igniting a flame of hope that burned bright within. The Masai Mara is a place of wonder and beauty, a sanctuary for both animals and humans alike. As our balloon began its slow descent back to Earth, I knew that this experience would stay with me forever, a beacon of light and healing in my life's journey. As we landed softly on the ground, I felt a sense of gratitude for the magic of the moment and the promise of a new day ahead. After a buffet breakfast set up in the midst of the Mara for all of the ballooning participants, we headed back to Angama, where I caught up with Adam Bannister. Adam, who at that time was the resident photographer at Angama, has been in tune with the wild since a young boy, where at age 5 he was cast as a member of the 1990s television series Bush School. As a biologist, filmmaker, and photographer, Adam has worked in some of the most breathtaking game reserves around the world. I knew this was the one person I wanted to teach me the ins and outs of wildlife photography. Presently based at the beautiful House in the Wild, his captures are simply breathtaking and out of this world. If you haven't seen his work, please do so. You won't be sorry, and I'll leave a link to his website below. It's well worth a trip. Adam at that time was newly married to his beautiful wife Diana, who as a dedicated school teacher not only imparted knowledge to the children of Kenyan diplomats, but also devoted her time to educating the local Masai tribe children. Her passion for teaching extended beyond the walls of the classroom, reaching into the heart of the community. It was so great to get to know her and learn about all the great things that she was doing. Their marriage was a celebration of not only their love for each other, but also their shared commitment to the land, wildlife, and people of Kenya. With the support of the Angama Foundation and now the House in the Wild, they work tirelessly to protect the environment, provide healthcare to those in need, and promote conservation efforts that would ensure the sustainability of the Mara for generations to come. That night, we were treated to a traditional dance by the local Masai tribe. As the rhythmic beating of the drums filled the air, the Masai tribe danced around us in a display of strength and unity. Each jump seemed to defy gravity, with the men reaching unbelievable heights in their competition for respect and admiration. In the midst of this vibrant celebration, I was honored with a gift that held centuries of tradition. With its intricate design, a talking stick. This was used by tribal leaders for centuries to maintain order and control during meetings. It symbolized the deep respect for the wisdom and guidance of those who came before. As I held the talking stick in my hand, I felt the weight of responsibility that came with it. It was a reminder of the power of words and the importance of listening to others with patience and understanding. In that moment, I knew that my journey towards healing was not just about capturing moments on film, but about using my voice to bring hope and inspiration to those in need. And so, as the night continued and the dances carried on, I made a silent vow to honor the tradition of the talking stick and to use my voice to spread a message of healing and hope to all who cross my path. As the days unfolded, we found ourselves awestruck by the breathtaking views from our tent. However, it was on safari that we truly immersed ourselves in the beauty of nature. Here, I had the opportunity to refine my skills as a photographer, capturing images of some of the most diverse species on the planet. Through my lens, I sought to convey the message of hope and resilience that echoed through the wilderness. Each click of the camera felt like a moment frozen in time, a snapshot of the interconnectedness of life and the healing power of art and nature. As we journeyed through the vast expanse of the safari, I felt a sense of purpose and fulfillment in capturing the raw beauty of the natural world. Each photograph became a testament to the journey that we were on. And as the sun set on another day in the wild, the images stood as a reminder of strength and resilience that can be found in the most unexpected places. The last 4 days of our stay was spent out in the wild at a special safari campsite, far away from the lodge and in the midst of the wildlife near the Tanzanian border. I felt like I was transported into a Hemingway novel. Since we were the only guests that week, we were lucky enough to be accompanied by Adam and Deanna, with Daniel as our guide and driver. The days spent in the safari campsite were pure magic, an escape from the chaos of the modern world. Surrounded by the majestic creatures of the wild, I found myself truly in awe of nature's beauty and power. As I sat in our tent, listening to the lion's roars, the grunting wildebeest, and the cries of the birds, I couldn't help but feel a sense of peace wash over me. That is, until I got over the fact of being scared of the lion's roars. It was exciting nonetheless. It was during this time in the wilderness that I truly understood the healing power of this magical land. As a doctor, I've seen firsthand the struggles that many face in their everyday lives. But here, in the midst of the African plains, I realized that nature has the ability to transcend language and culture, bringing hope and healing to all who experience it. One-on-one with Adam, I learned invaluable lessons in capturing the essence of life through my lens. As we ventured into the heart of the savannah, I witnessed firsthand the artistry and precision required to capture the raw beauty of nature. Adjusting the ISO and shutter speed became second nature, allowing me to freeze moments in time with a clarity and grace. I discovered the power of getting down low at eye level, risking it all to document the majestic creatures that roam freely before me. Okay, I didn't risk it all, I did have a monopod and I stayed in the vehicle, but you get the gist. From the graceful Rupel's griffin vultures to the endless herds of zebras and wildebeest, each image captured told a story of resilience and survival in the vast expanses of the Masai landscape. Through Adam's guidance, I learned the true importance of perspective and depth in creating a masterpiece that evokes emotion and ignites hope. My photographic journey through this breathtaking landscape allowed me to capture moments of pure serenity and hope. With the help of Adam, through my lens, I was able to convey the beauty and resilience of these creatures, reminding me of the strength we all have within us. As we prepared to leave for the long journey back to the landing strip, unbeknownst to me, Adam and Daniel had one more surprise in store. With our bags packed, we set out early in the dark savannah. The previous night, I distinctly heard the sound of a lion kill nearby, maybe about 200 yards from our camp. Adam was certain that the lions would be close, and as the sun started to rise, we checked the camp perimeter. True to Adam's prediction, a lioness and her cubs were sitting at the edge of the tree line and tall grasses, enjoying their breakfast of a wildebeest hidden in the ravine. In the golden morning light, with the cubs playing and the sun's rays shining, it was a photographer's paradise, and we captured the moment with our cameras. I made sure to take a moment to step back, put down my camera, and simply absorb the beauty of this scene that unfolded before me. It was pure magic. We stayed as long as we could to absorb the incredible scene, but we really had to leave for our plane, which we still had a long ride through the Mara still ahead. But our adventure wasn't finished yet. The elusive leopard was the only animal I hadn't seen, and I had resigned myself to not having this majestic animal in my portfolio. However, as luck would have it, on our way back, we were astonished to spot not just one, but two leopards. The first one was perched in a tree with a zebra kill, and after getting as many shots as I could, we were way behind schedule. Trying his best to get us to our plane, Daniel raced over the dusty dirt roads until Adam suddenly yelled to stop. Confused, I watched as Daniel and Adam had spotted a large leopard in the bushes to our left, over 100 yards away. Instead of focusing on that leopard, Adam instructed me to prepare for a shot in front of us, anticipating that the leopard would cross the road ahead of us. As predicted, the leopard slowly approached the road, crossed it, paused for a moment, turned, and locked eyes with me. And yes, I captured the perfect shot. As we passed by the leopard on the way to our waiting bush plane, I knew that this experience would stay with me forever. Even after returning home, the voices of the wild would continue to whisper their healing melodies to me, inspiring me to bring the power of nature through my photography and through my profession and my day-to-day life to those in need. Thank you for watching. Next time, we finish our African adventure with the final leg of our journey to the magical Bwindi Impenetrable Forest in Uganda in search of the majestic silverback gorillas. While there, we meet up with the local pygmy tribe, the Bakwas, and are treated to their local hospitality and a traditional dance. You won't want to miss this, so please remember to like and subscribe below. Thank you. See you next time.